Hey guys, what's up? It's TDRP cubing here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the XingHen TSM, the RS4M, the MGC 7x7, and the GAN Pyraminx.
Ryan Little.
The GuoGuan XingHen TSM 2x2 was a really decent 2x2 right out of the box, and since setup and break-in, the cube has improved a pretty good amount. After the unboxing, I decided to change the size setting again, because the largest setting wasn't really working the best for me. I settled with the medium setting, which it's been on since, and I looped the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic. The times I got in this cube were almost average. Out of all the averages I got in this cube, most of them lied in the 4-second range, which is just a tad bit above what I normally get. However, since there haven't been any cubing at home competitions for the past few months, I haven't been practicing all that much, so I will give this cube the benefit of the doubt. It's still a pretty good competitor in the current lineup of flagship 2x2s on the market, and the size changing feature is really cool. Coming in at a price of $14.99, this cube is relatively cheap compared to other cubes like my main, the MGC Elite 2x2. But do all of these really decent aspects of the cube make it my backup main, or even my main? No. Given that the other two cubes competing against this one in this case are the MGC Elite and the VOC 2, this cube falls pretty flat in comparison. It's still a really great option, but it just can't stand up to the VOC 2 or MGC Elite. On the contrary, this cube is still worth it in my opinion as a first 2x2 for beginners, or even as a 2x2 for more experienced cubers as a collector's item. After all, this is still the first ever mass-produced size-changing cube. The Mofeng Jiaoshi RS4M had quite an unexpected performance for me right out of the box. Due to some of the negative things people said about this cube, I didn't really expect much out of it. However, when I tried it for the first time, I was quite blown away by it, and had a nice, smooth, somewhat dry feel to it that I kinda liked, and since setup, it's felt even smoother. I loosened the tension since the cube was a bit locky, and I looped the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic. The lockiness of it did go away a little bit, but during solves, it was still quite present. The times I got with it averaged around 1 minute and 20 seconds, which is pretty bad for me with 4x4. And even though I haven't been practicing all that much, when I did with my main, the MGC 4x4, my times were vastly better despite the lack of practice. So given that, this cube hasn't become my backup main either. The VOC 4M is way too good to be replaced by this cube. The main thing that caught my eye when I heard about this was the price. Coming in at $14.99, this cube was a bargain, and I can't say it wasn't worth the money, even though there were and still are some negative things about it. So overall, do I recommend buying this? Yes. For beginners and for people who just want to get a really decent 4x4 for cheap. The YJ MGC 7x7 was really good right out of the box, and it's gotten even better since then. I looped the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic, and I broke it in even more since. The times I got on this cube were pretty average, and about the same as what I get on my main, the X-Man Spark. However, I still like the Spark more than this cube. This doesn't mean it can't replace my main sometime in the future, because I have been very indecisive about it, but for now, I feel like I have to stick with the Spark as my main. I just prefer the feel of it more, and I feel more comfortable and less slowed down when I'm using it. This cube has still become my backup main, but I just don't feel like I've reached my fullest potential with it yet. So maybe it will become my main one day. I do feel that YJ pretty much nailed the design of this cube. It's all just a matter of preference. The GAN Pyraminx was also a pretty good cube out of the box, and since setup and break-in, it's gotten even better. I looped the pieces with Max Fleet and Mystic, which improved it quite a bit. The times I got with it were actually pretty good. I averaged around 9 seconds with it, but there was one major problem. This puzzle feels very slow, which I don't like about it. It does have a nice, smooth, and plush feel, but it's also really slow feeling to me, which is really a letdown because I really like this puzzle otherwise. When compared to the X-Man Bell version 2 and the Huanglong Pyraminx, it is very close in performance, but it just feels too slow for me, and I can't feel comfortable using it as my main or backup. I still like it though, and I do recommend it to people who like slower puzzles. That aspect of it just doesn't work for me. But at the end of the day, this Pyraminx is still really good, and my preferences may not be the same as yours, so you may as well give it a try. So that, guys, was the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, then make sure to ask them down in the comments below. Besides that, have a good day and bye. See you next time.